Okay guys, I am back for a third time with the Ferrari Enzo on 1/64 scale. If you're curious, back on January 3rd, 2021, I did a review of this disaster by this same brand, Ace. This disastrous green car, which has like all a bunch of dirt and sand or something in the paint, and it's everywhere. The door, and then this mirror is a disaster. So I was obviously let down by that one, but I did get my money back from the seller, so I consider it a free car. And then here on May 1st, 2021, I got this Kyosho for a relatively decent price, so I thought I would get a nicer Enzo. But it turns out this is from a Ferrari collection number 2 by Kyosho, meaning it has these kind of lame wheels. There's never been an Enzo with chromed wheels, I don't think, from the factory at least. And it's just not up to the typical Kyosho standards that I'm used to. Like, this front logo is just mammoth. It looks like a big mobile phone, not a Ferrari logo, and it's not even straight. So that was my second letdown with Enzos. So after this video, I figured I'll just try one more time and try to get a nice Enzo car, which came in the mail today. So again, it's made by Ace Model, and this time I went with a red metallic gloss because I think maybe that paint on the green car was messed up because it was a matte finish. And so hopefully this is the total opposite type of paint, and hopefully it will be nicer. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm still the unluckiest collector in the world, and or insane, because if you keep doing the same thing with the same results, I suppose that makes you insane, right? I know I'm crazy, but insane, I don't know. Let's see. So this is unlicensed, right? It's just a random box. Okay, so we got the crystal case in. It's a pretty loose cover, guys, so you probably want to lift it from the bottom. That could just fall and drop out. And then it's going to be screwed to the bottom. One screw. Okay. I think when I did the first Ace Enzo review, I wasn't using a computer monitor. So this time around, let's actually compare it to real photos of the real car here. So there's some affluent man with a lovely companion driving his Enzo around. And let me try to focus on the model. It's really glossy, so it's kind of hard, but it looks pretty accurate, right? I mean, I guess you can decide for yourself if you think that looks good or not. I think it looks alright. Obviously the red I chose here is not your standard Ferrari red. This is a metallic dark red. I was going for metallic as well because I don't want to get paint rash in this model later on, which I think would happen with just a normal red. Normal red cars, in my collection at least, almost all of them have paint rash. It's very rare that they don't. Okay, so back view. I'm gonna try to focus kind of in the middle, maybe. Go back and forth. So yeah, again, it's up to you to decide, but seems alright to me. Doesn't seem particularly off. Okay, let's get into the regular toothpick review mode here. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I noticed is just the brightness of this paint. You know, it's so shiny, it's glossy. It's not the best gloss though. You can see here, it's kind of like it's not orange peel, but there's something off. It's just not a smooth gloss. You can see it's like grainy, so that's too bad. Okay, the side view here. Yeah, the wheels, they look as good as that first green one. This thing doesn't want to roll at all. That barely wants to move. And the reason why is it has these disc brakes, which I think cause a lot of friction. You know, the disc brake, the rotor doesn't move. The caliper stays in place like a real car. So that's nice, you know. It's really good detail. It's very accurate. But you're not going to be able to roll it like a typical Hot Wheels. But it seems like this axle is bent because you can see the tire touching the fender there. So let me spin it so it hopefully gets to a better position. I guess that's a little bit better. Maybe there. Okay. Alright, so then you got the crest here on the side, and that seems alright. You got this orange paint here on the side, that seems alright. And then the back, it's orange as well. I'm not sure if it's orange on the real car. I kind of feel like that might be red on the real car. Okay, so we got a fuel filler cap here, a little lint. Now this mirror, I feel like it should be going back more. It wasn't glued in perfectly, right? It's actually pointed a little too far out. It should be maybe going in that way. This side's a lot better. Okay. But the mirrors do have reflective inserts. See? You can actually see the reflection of my toothpick. So that's as good as it gets. Really good. Alright, let's go to the back this time around. So we got Enzo Ferrari printed on a license plate. It looks pretty legible. Looks pretty nice. You got the prancing horse in the grill. Let's see how good it is. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Alright, nicely painted. And then more orange here in these little recesses. The orange isn't done well though. It's a little overrun there and overrun there. But the exhaust tips are pretty nice. I mean, there's silver paint and there's a little depth to the middle of it, so that's pretty realistic. Well, this piece, I don't know. It feels like these are horizontal. This one's tilted upwards, so it's like the plastic wasn't put in properly. And then look at this jacked up tail lamp here. Right, so this side seems nice, this not so well. So I'm wondering now, I'm just trying to take a look here at this light. Is it glued in? So look at that. That is not horizontal at all. So that's messed up. Whereas this side, the tail lamps are a lot better on this side. Alright, so it seems like this Ace Model Company, their quality control is just, it's not very good. You know, I don't think there are any QC inspectors maybe. So pretty much anything that goes through the assembly line just gets put in a box and it's sold to people. There's no actual effort for Ace to try to actually have a good reputation, because this is messed up. So that's too bad. Alright, so this side, what's going on here? So now there's a giant like scratch in the clear coat, or maybe it's a scratch in the casting. So that's another problem there. Okay, so the printing there, it seems a little bit off, like it's too close to the wheel well. It's literally touching the wheel well. Reflector's alright. This little bump here, I assume might be a reflector. Yeah, and I think there's a little orange paint on that. I didn't see it on the that side, but it is there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now look at this wiper blade. This is totally messed up as well. Luckily it's an easy fix, but I don't think I caused that. I think it came out of the box like that. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Okay, so nice is this emblem. Look how small that Ferrari emblem is. And I think that's pretty accurate. You know, that's probably how big it is on the real car. You can rewind back to where I compared it to photos, but it looks pretty accurate to me. It's not actually the best Ferrari logo, but you can see a little prancing horse there. So it's not so bad. Weird again. So I complained about this on my green one as well, but look at this crack in the glass, or the headlight lens. It's not on this side, but it's here. And that same crack, or there's some cracking on that green model I have as well. So that's weird. Okay. What is nice is there's a texture down here. Yeah, there's a nice texture down there, like a radiator or something. And then the front, yeah, there's some texture here in these grills, so that's pretty nice. And then this goes way in there. There's no texture though, it's smooth, but it's so far in there it doesn't even matter. It's so dark, right? So that's pretty realistic. Okay. So now the headlights, yeah, minus that crack. You know, there is silver paint for the two projector lamps or whatever kind of lamps are in an Enzo. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so now this paint up here isn't so hot either. I mean, I don't know if that's a hair or a scratch, but it's not so great. The window molding is pretty nice. I mean, they're molded windows and they seem to be really clear. There's not much distortion like you usually see on molded windows. So that's pretty impressive. And so the interior is very nice, actually. I mean, look at this engine detail. You got the horse there. You got carbon fiber pattern on the central cover there. The red cylinder, the camshaft covers. Then this black air intake system there, induction system. Little indication of like a differential back there, I guess. Or maybe that's the transmission, not sure. But anyways, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's a decent amount of detail. And then here you got a little texture here in this plastic window as well. So that's nice. And then the black printing to black it out. And it's actually pretty nice. That ribbing I just hit, it's clear. I think, yeah, you can see the little clear dots through it, so it looks like it's air passing through. So that's really nicely done. It almost looks like a real vent, although it is a solid piece of clear plastic. Pretty cool. Okay, so the side window does have some distortion, but you can see a steering wheel there, and there's a logo on the steering wheel. Let me try to focus on that. See, that's pretty nice. And then the rear, there's I think there might be a piece of clear plastic separating the cabin from the engine compartment. And then you can see there's a rear view mirror hanging, so that's pretty good. Passenger side, red seat. No seat belts or anything. Wow, so anyways, that's a really nice interior. Okay, so I'm just looking at the mirrors here. Yeah, the mirrors are okay. They're not as bad as the green one I have. Okay, so this is definitely the best Enzo I have now out of three attempts. But even so, it's really not close to perfect. I mean, there's a lot of QC problems with this thing. The first one, that axle's so bent that I can't get it so the tire doesn't touch the rear of the fender. Right? It's always touching that fender, so that might require some bending. This is a big concern. I don't know how I can really fix that. If I break it off, I'm afraid it'll chip the paint around it if this is glued in there. I don't know. I'll have to take the thing apart to really know, but that might not be able to be fixed. I can live with these little misprints there. I can live with the crooked exhaust pipe. But, this scratch is very distracting. This is like a Hot Wheels level of quality, I expect that kind of scratch in a Hot Wheels, but, those things are $1. And then, yeah, well, that's okay, I guess. I can live with that. And then, yeah, the clear coat itself, it's not the best. It's, again, it's kind of like a Hot Wheels quality, like a bad Hot Wheels. A lot of Hot Wheels really have nice paint, but this is like one of the bad ones. So, okay, so I guess in total, I think my experience with this brand Ace model, I don't think they've ever put out a perfect model. I mean, I don't have a lot of them, but I think I have like some other models. You might want to search my history. I guess I'm done. I guess I'm just not meant to have a nice Enzo Ferrari. It's just not meant to be. So here's this green one again. And you'll see the headlights here. This side headlight, they both have cracks in them. I'm trying to hold it brighter. Try to focus. See, the red one has one crack, but this green one's got like 3 or 4. It's like a stress fracture or something. As if this side piece is too wide for the opening and they're like forcing it in there, and it's causing that crack. So it's kind of like a poorly designed piece, I think. It should be a little bit smaller so it can fit that opening without putting it under pressure, without putting it under compression. Okay, so I guess I'm going to leave this red one the way it is. It's as good as it gets for me. Hopefully if you guys have purchased this, it's in better shape than this one. And this will now become a donor car for, I guess, a repaint project. Or possibly, if I screw up that tail, I don't know. The taillights on this one are nice, they're relatively aligned properly. This is another weird thing. This exhaust tip looks like it's crooked, like it's going upwards, whereas this side is horizontal. So, it's almost the same, right? So it's almost like this is by design. The design is just not good. or something. Something went wrong. It's weird. Mysteries of diecast manufacturing. Okay, well anyways, yeah, I might come back with another video someday on this one. Well, there goes the wiper blade, but whatever. This thing's a garbage anyways. But maybe I'll paint this a wild color. And maybe I'll take the red one apart. And if I have to, I could take some of the nicer parts from this car and put them on that to at least help this one look better. Okay guys, well, yeah, if you love Enzos, I do feel that this is still probably maybe the best one out there. Not this green one. But, you know, the amount of detail work is pretty nice. I mean, you got reflective mirrors, this tiny wiper blade. You got great detailed interior work going on. It's just that, you know, be mindful that you might have some QC problems like I've had twice now. It's definitely better than the Kyosho. This Kyosho is just too old, just from this mini car collection. So it has no color in the engine bay. It does actually have maybe, well, the lights are like molded together as it's one piece. It's supposed to be two pieces, but it's not, right? Whereas this literally has two pieces of plastic. The grill on this back of the Kyosho is much too wide. It's too open, whereas this is a much tighter pattern on the Ace model. And then the Ace model has painted exhaust tips and the license plate. So it's just a better model overall. Yeah, so again, the grill pattern on the Ace model is much tighter than the Kyosho. And then again, yeah, look at the difference in the Ferrari logo on the front. It is quite different. Alright, so this again is from Mini Car Collection 2. So Kyosho is fairly new, I think, at making 1/64 scale models, and it shows, right? So okay, yeah, interesting. Alright. Okay guys, well that's it for today. Appreciate you watching, and hopefully you'll have some better luck getting an Enzo Ferrari into your collection. Alright, take care guys.